I've got a set of questions here from Quora, and if you don't know what that is, I'll leave a link, and it's basically a website where you can ask questions about anything, and people give their input. So I got 5 questions that I thought I'd like to answer. I answered them on the actual website itself. First question: how can indiscipline jeopardize one's destiny? So, I mean, basically, any profession or anything you want to do in life requires discipline. Like, I think it's pretty self-evident that discipline is a necessity in life. You can't be successful without discipline, unless you're like Jake Paul or Logan Paul. They don't have discipline at all, but they're the exception. Don't strive to be them. They don't have any respect or discipline, and they never will. Sorry, I don't like either of them, but people with indiscipline are the type of people that end up living with their parents till they're 30. They have a crappy job, and they don't care about getting better in a better position in life. Those are the people without discipline. So, and destiny is a very vague word to use, because I don't believe you have a destiny. I think you make your own destiny. That may sound cliche, but you find something you want to strive for, and you go for it, and you make it, and you make your own destiny out of that, If you want to be something, go do it, as long as you're not harming other people. But anything you want to do, if you want to be a lawyer, you literally can't become a lawyer unless you've got discipline. That takes a lot of hard work. You can't become a doctor without discipline. You can't even become the manager of McDonald's without discipline. Okay, so it's a lot of hard work in life, and the successful people, like Bill Gates, he spent the first part of his life working hard, grinding, and then look where he is now. So, I mean, really successful people work hard and understand what discipline is. So, question number 2. See, I think this was directed towards girls because of the way the question is phrased, but it can apply to men as well, I suppose. I'll read how it was originally written. Would you rather be the last female on Earth, or have to repopulate the planet with someone you hate? So, despite how unlikely this scenario is, it's a fun scenario to think about. It's very hypothetical. It really gets you to think, I suppose. It doesn't actually take you that much to think of the best solution. So, when it comes to potentially saving the human race and keeping that resentment for someone that probably isn't resentment that's well deserved, it varies. If you can think of the person you hate the most, then you have your own reasons. I can't think of anyone I resent to a point where I wouldn't repopulate the earth with them. But of course, everyone has their own opinion and own experiences. But I think the outcome, the circumstances would push me to be able to willingly repopulate the earth with whoever this person was. So, that's really a no-brainer for me, but I don't know, people may have their own opinion. Oh yeah, if you see this, you can answer these questions yourself in the comments, and that's great. I love listening to other people's opinions on stuff. But number 3, okay, would you leave everyone you love without saying goodbye if it meant you could be immortal? So, I think being immortal would be horrific. Maybe at the start you would probably feel, it's hard to explain because no one's ever experienced it, and it's a very hard concept to grasp entirely. But if you were immortal, you'd witness the fall of man, whether that be, if you're Christian, that would be the second coming of Jesus Christ, or just nuclear destruction. Anything could happen, and you'd be there to witness it and probably die from it. I just feel like all this stuff you would witness and see in that lifetime, if you live long enough. assuming that if you could still die of fatal wounds and stuff, like you could get cancer, like what, you could still die pretty easily. But I think if you were immortal, you'd still die pretty quickly. I don't think you'd stay around that long, but unless you stayed really healthy, or maybe if you strive to live long enough to where they had a cure for everything, But I don't know. I don't think it'd be worth it to witness all that, because part of life is death, and I think we need to I don't think it would be healthy for anyone, for the human population, to be immortal at all. I think even if you're an atheist, you probably want to get off this planet pretty soon, because there's a lot of awful things that happen here. The Christian standpoint is you're a good person here and you sacrifice your life here for what's going to come when you die. So no, I don't think it'd be worth it, and especially to say goodbye to everyone you love. No, I wouldn't do that. And here's a good one. I really like this one. Why are we still here, just to suffer? Yes and no, because as alluded to in the previous question, life is suffering. Life is hardship, and there's no way around it, especially complaining about it. That's no way to get around it. There is a way, actually. There is a way to get around suffering in life, and it's to sacrifice your life now for the future. You got to sacrifice your time now, and your work now, and your body now, so you can live a better life tomorrow. It's pretty self-evident once you think about it. There's no need to. I'm sure whoever wrote this was probably contemplating this question a lot and couldn't find the answer, so obviously they put it in there. But it's great that they acknowledge suffering and that it's a part of life, on varying levels, obviously. So people experience things other people will never experience, but once you acknowledge the suffering that comes with life, you can focus on how to prevent it as best you can. You obviously can't 100% get rid of it, but you can lower the amount of suffering in your life, I would say, by sacrificing today. So that's a good question. What, in your opinion, is the point of life? On Quora, you see this question all the time. Literally all the time. And I always answer the same way. The point of life is to find meaning. It's in our biology to find meaning and get to the highest point in the hierarchy in our civilization. And that's existed for millions of years. If you listen to Jordan Peterson, that's self-evident to yourself. But the point of life is to find meaning, okay? You gotta get an ambition and a passion and strive for it, okay? That's basically the point of life, because you get these atheist materialists who say there is no meaning, but there is a meaning. There is a greater meaning to life. You can literally stand at the gates of heaven on this earth if you could just find your own meaning in life. Okay? Don't listen to atheists that say there is no meaning. There is an ultimate meaning to life. It's to live the most fulfilling and not even successful life, but just the most fulfilling life. Okay? I'd say one of the major parts, whether you're Christian or atheist or anything, is just to be compassionate and care. Okay? That's one of the things that I also see a lot of questions on Quora where they say, what can we do to make what can I as an individual do to make the world better? Well, you can start off by being more compassionate and caring. How about that? And everyone can do that. Everyone can be a little bit more compassionate. So yeah, basically the point of life is to make a point of life. It's entirely in your control to make this life you have your own and strive for something. And that's really just self-evident once you think about it. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you maybe in 2 days, tomorrow, I don't know.